suck it in a little bit.
This is actually on video.
It's on video. We're here.
So I'm honored to have Dr. Ty. That's his cool name. On another edition of Conversations from the Frunk with the show title, Don't Waste Your Time. This video may not be for you.
It's always for you. If
It's
not
always
for,
about
it's
you
always
because
for
you're the world famous Ty.
Well,
so we're going to talk about your journey from gas car to EV.
yeah.
And why drive EV?
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Listen, my journey, I can honestly say I've owned a lot of cars in my lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
As young as I may look and feel sometimes.
Young? Who says you look young?
Well, we won't toot the horn there, but we'll let it roll. But I would say my journey from gas to electric has been, I would say, smooth. I would say it's been...
It sounds like a dump truck to me.
Yeah, well...
All right, so tell us your journey from gas car to EV.
I would say it was the most smoothest transition I've seen ever, going from a mode of transportation. For me, it was, okay, you had to figure out, where you're charging, and you had to figure out, which vehicle is practical for you. You had to figure out, is there going to be enough charging infrastructure around you? You had to figure out if it's, suitable for you and your budget. For me, it was pretty easy. Going from a gasoline car, transitioning over to electric, it was, pretty seamless, I would say. We would say that, since I have charging infrastructure in my home, that's most important. Where are you going to charge it? Are you going to be traveling a lot? How much do you drive, et cetera, et cetera. That's something that you always have to think about when you're looking at going to an EV, because still to this day, it's not suitable for everybody yet.
Why do you think that? That's a good point. Why do you think that it's not for everybody yet? That is a very good point. You are one of the few people who I've ever interviewed that said that, and I want you to harp. This is why I call you Dr. Ty.
Well,
so expound on that premise.
I feel that people have known fact. It took those 70 plus years for people to transition to gasoline. It's going to take time. The movement to EV is moving at a faster rate than ever. I mean, it's only 2% of the market is EV right now, and it's vastly increasing with the big three coming on board and things like that. I really feel that people, you ask them questions. I have friends that ask me, like, why did you choose Tesla? Like, why did you go this way? And they're big BMW and Lexus lovers. That's their thing. I tell them because technology is one thing. I like to stand out differently. I like to think about longevity. I like to think about cost of maintenance. I think about all the above, insurance. I really feel that people, when they think about electricity, they're like, oh, it's a change, because people are resistant to change. So how does a person be receptive to a change when it comes to their main mode of transportation? Tesla's my main vehicle. I don't have a second vehicle. How do you think about how is it going to be able to adapt to your day-to-day operations, your day-to-day life, without really thinking about, oh, where are you going to stop here to charge, or what are you going to do, et cetera, et cetera. That's how I kind of think about it. Mm-hmm. When you think about, people ask me all the time, like, why did you do it? I said, why not? Why not go to electric? It's no different from saying 87 octane in diesel. It's really not. Like, it's just a different mode of transportation, and I don't think people have really accepted that change is coming, whether they like it or not, mm-hmm. at a faster rate than what they have to adapt to. Like, we think about all the other manufacturers. Like, all the manufacturers are really saying, okay, we're cutting gas as of 2030 or 2035 or 2040. We're going to zero emissions by 2050. You gotta really, changes come whether you like it or not. It's really how one really wants to either educate themselves or really understand why EV is the way that it's going and why it's the smarter choice, in my opinion.
Wow, that was a lot to chew on. I mean, that was deep. And again, I commend you for taking the conversation in that direction, because mostly we just talk about it saves fuel, you're saving money on maintenance, mm-hmm. but you went a level or two. Again, that's why we call you doctor. And I really appreciate that. That Absolutely. Is so awesome. So how long have you had your EV?
So my EV, I started back in August 2020. Mm-hmm. This is actually my second EV. And let's see, I'd say total mileage I've had, I would say probably about 34,000 miles total in EV. And I don't sit. I'm always on the go. I'm always driving somewhere. I always use the term have plug will travel, and plugs are everywhere. And that's the great thing about Tesla is that the infrastructure is everywhere. Major highways, homes, destination chargers. You really don't. They really took the thinking out of the charging, and they do it for you. And that's what I love about it. Tech is everywhere, and I'm a tech nerd. I can't deny that one bit. But I think that this will probably be the longest vehicle I have in my fleet, if you want to put it that way, for years to come.
So Washington Post just recently did an article on charging areas in Black and Latino areas, and come to find out that it's not a lot in our communities. And I know you live somewhere north of Baltimore or somewhere near Baltimore.
Yeah.
Do you have the same issues up there?
Because I live in an area that's very EV driven, I don't see it. I will say that back home on the Eastern Shore, I see the limit. It is very limited as far as what's over there as far as charging. Luckily, my hometown has a supercharger in it, which is awesome. But I find that in more rural areas and even more Black and Latino areas, it's not really being adapted a lot, which is very sad.
What do you think that is? I mean, I'm always, it blows my mind to hear a loud vehicle. I don't want to name the vehicle.
Yeah.
But it's like you can hear them coming and going, and they go off in a shot, but yet they're using more gas and they're killing the environment than what EVs are doing. But it seems to me it's trending that way, or the latest fad is that right now.
Yeah.
Having a loud exhaust system.
I would say that it's kind of like for, and I hate to use this term, but Black and Latino, they use the term "don't break." If it's not broken, don't fix it. And I really feel that they feel, well, it's not broken. Why do we need to change? Because I feel like with people like you and I, I feel like people are very resistant to change.
And EVs do cost a little bit more money.
They do.
And normally, but over the period of time, you will make that money up because you're not going to a gas station, you're not doing maintenance.
Listen.
But that is something that somebody has to see and experience. And for you and for me, we've seen that.
Yes.
So I think that's, man, this is a deep conversation.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to go this
really
way,
loving this.
but
I'm loving this.
This is so awesome, Dr. Ty. Do you have any parting thoughts or any comments before we wrap up this show?
If I can express anything to anybody, is that don't be so close-minded to change. Things are evolving quickly. It wouldn't hurt to really think about what's going on. Look at your overall costs. Ask a family member or friend. I have family members that say, why did you do this or why did you do that? How much is it costing you? So, et cetera, et cetera. I have friends all day long asking me, they want to do it, but they want to wait a little bit longer. What is going to really happen between now and then? Rarely anything's going to change. If you're looking to get on board and do something different for not only the environment, not only your wallet, not only for your livelihood, don't be afraid, because things are going to change whether you like it or not. And you just have to be smarter. Work smarter, not harder. And I can only speak for myself, but I don't mind talking Tesla all day long. I don't mind talking EVs all day long. I love the competition that's coming, and I love the way that the EV movement is going. Just really think about your future and your present, and as far as whether it's dollars and cents, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense, or if it's something that it's your lifestyle. Like you see famous rappers wearing Jordans and rocking G-Wagons and stuff like that, you'll follow them. Why not follow your own? Do that instead of following somebody else. Be your own leader. Don't be the follower.
Wow, that is deep. And we're going to leave it on that high note. That's awesome, my man. Thank you so very, very much. And you have a good rest of your day.
Hey, take care.
Deuces. And you are world famous, by the way. World famous.
You are. You are.
No, you world famous.
You're famous. Thank
you. Deuces.
Thank you.
All right.